Rain poured down in relentless sheets, turning the cemetery into a somber watercolor painting of gray skies and blurred headstones. Mark knelt before his wife's grave, his broad shoulders hunched under the weight of grief that had become his constant companion. Tears mixed with the rain on his face as he whispered apologies to the stone marker etched with Elena Thompson, beloved wife and mother. It had been 2 years since cancer stole her away, leaving him a single dad to their 5-year-old daughter, Lily. The world felt empty, his heart a hollow echo. But on this fateful afternoon, as Mark's sobs echoed through the mist, a sleek black limousine pulled up at the edge of the path. A woman stepped out, umbrella in hand, her presence like a bolt of lightning in the storm. She was Sophia Vanderbilt, the enigmatic female billionaire whose tech empire dominated headlines. What was she doing here? And why did she place a bouquet of white lilies on Elena's grave, her eyes locking with Mark's in a moment that would shatter his world forever? Hey everyone, welcome back to Stories That Touch the Soul. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on these heartwarming tales that remind us of life's unexpected miracles. And if this story moves you, which I know it will, smash that like button to show some love. Let's dive in. Mark wiped his eyes, staring at the woman who had just intruded on his private agony. She was stunning, even in the rain, tall, with cascading auburn hair that framed a face of sharp intelligence and soft compassion. Her designer coat hugged her curves, and her heels clicked softly on the wet gravel as she approached. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice smooth like velvet, carrying a hint of an accent from her European travels. "I didn't mean to interrupt. But I felt compelled to come." Mark stood up slowly, his jeans soaked and his flannel shirt clinging to his muscular frame, earned from years of construction work. He was no stranger to hardship. At 35, he looked every bit the rugged single dad, with stubble shadowing his jaw and eyes that held depths of pain. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice rough from crying. Sophia extended a gloved hand. Sophia. Sophia Vanderbilt. The name hit him like a truck. Everyone knew her, the self-made billionaire who revolutionized AI and donated millions to charities. But why here? Why now? As the rain eased, Sophia explained in hushed tones. She had lost her own sister to cancer years ago, and on this anniversary, she visited grave sites anonymously, leaving flowers as a tribute. Elena's grave had caught her eye from afar, the fresh toys Lily left there, the faded photo of a happy family. Something about Mark's raw emotion drew her in. "Grief like yours. It's familiar," she admitted, her green eyes glistening. Mark felt a strange pull, a spark in the numbness. They talked for hours, sitting on a nearby bench as the sun peeked through clouds. He shared stories of Elena's laughter, Lily's bedtime fears, his struggles to make ends meet with mounting bills and a job that barely covered daycare. Sophia listened, her hand brushing his arm in a gesture that sent an unexpected shiver through him. She was worlds apart, private jets, boardrooms, a life of luxury, yet her vulnerability matched his. By dusk, she offered her card. "If you ever need anything." Little did he know, that anything would change everything. The next day, Mark stared at the card in his small apartment, Lily playing with blocks nearby. "Daddy, who's that lady?" she asked innocently, her curls bouncing. Mark smiled faintly. "A friend, maybe." But doubt crept in. What could a billionaire want with a guy like him? He pushed it aside, focusing on the eviction notice glaring from the table. Work had been slow, the construction firm laid off half the crew. Desperation gnawed at him. That evening, his phone buzzed, an unknown number. "Mark? It's Sophia. I couldn't stop thinking about you and Lily." Her voice was warm, inviting. She invited them to dinner at her penthouse, just to talk. Hesitant, Mark agreed, dressing Lily in her best dress and himself in his only suit, which hung loose from stress-induced weight loss. The penthouse was a dream, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city skyline, modern art on walls, a scent of jasmine in the air. Sophia greeted them in a silk blouse that accentuated her elegant figure, her skirt swaying as she hugged Lily. "You must be the princess I've heard about." Lily giggled, instantly charmed. Over a gourmet meal prepared by her chef, conversations flowed. Sophia shared her rise from a poor immigrant family to tech mogul, the loneliness that came with success. "People see the money, not the empty nights," she confessed, her eyes meeting Mark's with an intensity that made his pulse quicken. As Lily dozed on the couch, they moved to the balcony. The city lights twinkled below, and Sophia's hand found his. "You're strong, Mark. But you don't have to do it alone." Their first kiss was tentative, born of shared sorrow, but it ignited a fire. Her lips were soft, tasting of wine, and as she pressed against him, her body curvaceous and warm, Mark felt alive for the first Ramsay time in years. But challenges loomed. The media caught wind of their budding romance. Paparazzi snapped photos of Mark leaving her building, headlines screaming "Billionaire's secret affair with grieving widower." Whispers at work turned to jeers, friends questioned her motives. "She's just slumming it," one said. Mark's insecurities flared. Was he just a charity case? Lily, too, struggled, nightmares of the new mommy replacing Elena. One night, after a heated argument where Mark accused Sophia of pitying him, she stormed out, tears in her eyes. "I see you, Mark, the man, not the story." Alone again, he visited Elena's grave, seeking guidance. "What am I doing?" he whispered. Sophia faced her own battles. Her board of directors pressured her. This fling could tank stock prices. Ex-lovers from her elite circle mocked her choice. But in quiet moments, she yearned for Mark's genuine touch, the way his calloused hands explored her skin during stolen nights. Their reunions were passionate, in her private jet, bodies entwined amid clouds, or in his modest bed, where whispers turned to moans. "I need you," she breathed, her nails raking his back as he moved above her, their rhythm building to ecstasy. Yet, emotion deepened the physical. Each encounter peeled layers of grief, revealing hearts ready for love. Resolution came during a crisis. Lily fell ill with a high fever, hospital bills mounting. Mark panicked, but Sophia arrived, not with money, but presence, holding Lily's hand, singing lullabies. "I'm here for both of you," she vowed. Mark realized her love was real. He proposed under the stars, a simple ring from his savings. "Marry me, Sophia. Let's build a family." She said yes, tears flowing. They married quietly, blending worlds. Her wealth funded cancer research in Elena's name, his grounded life brought her joy. Challenges resolved through communication, therapy, and unwavering support. Years later, as they watched Lily graduate, Mark reflected on that rainy day. Life's storms pass, revealing rainbows. Love finds us when we least expect, healing wounds we thought eternal. Wow, what a journey! If this story touched your heart, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more inspiring tales. Share in the comments, have you experienced a second chance at love? See you next time. Continuing the story to expand towards a longer narrative, as requested. Estimating around 10,000 words would make this extensive, I'll build it out in detailed paragraphs. Mark's life before that rainy day had been a grind. Waking at dawn to drop Lily at daycare, then hammering nails on rooftops, his body aching but his mind numb. Elena's death had left a void, not just emotional, but practical. Bills piled up like autumn leaves, the mortgage on their tiny house threatened foreclosure. Friends helped at first, but life moved on for them. Mark's only solace was Lily's innocent smiles, her tiny arms around his neck. "I miss Mommy," she'd say, and he'd choke back tears, promising she'd always be with them. Sophia's world was polar opposite. Board meetings and skyscrapers, galas with celebrities, a schedule packed with innovation pitches. But beneath the glamour, loneliness echoed. Her last relationship ended in betrayal, a gold digger exposed. Trust was a luxury she couldn't afford. Until Mark. His raw honesty disarmed her. That first dinner, as Lily chattered about unicorns, Sophia felt a maternal tug she'd long suppressed. Later, alone with Mark, conversation turned intimate. "Tell me about Elena," she urged. He did, voice breaking, and she shared her sister's story, their hands intertwining. The kiss on the balcony was electric, his strong arms pulling her close, her fingers tracing his chest through his shirt. Desire flared, they retreated to her bedroom, clothes shedding in a trail. Her skin was silk against his roughness, bodies moving in urgent harmony. "You're beautiful," he murmured, lips trailing down her neck, eliciting gasps. Their lovemaking was tender yet fierce, a release of pent-up emotions. The media frenzy hit hard. Tabloids painted Mark as an opportunist, Sophia as naive. At work, coworkers ribbed him, "Got yourself a sugar mama?" He punched one, nearly losing his job. Home was no refuge. Lily asked why mean people were outside with cameras. Mark's temper frayed, leading to that fight. "Is this real, or am I your project?" he shouted. Sophia, hurt, left. Days blurred in misery. He buried himself in work, but thoughts of her curves, her laugh, haunted him. She, in her ivory tower, stared at photos of them, fingering the necklace he gave her, a simple chain from Elena's jewelry. Reconciliation sparked at Elena's grave. Mark arrived to find Sophia there, flowers in hand. "I can't stay away," she said. They talked, forgave. Passion reignited in her car, windows fogging as hands explored, clothes disheveled. "I love you," he confessed, thrusting deeply, her moans filling the space. From then, they navigated obstacles together. Therapy helped Mark process grief, Sophia learned humility. Financial woes eased, not handouts, but opportunities. She connected him to a better job in sustainable building, aligning with her green tech. Lily's illness was the turning point. Rushed to ER with pneumonia, Mark held her, terrified. Sophia cancelled meetings, arriving in sweats, no makeup, vulnerable. She paid discreetly, but more, she stayed. "Your family," she told Lily, reading stories. Mark saw her not as billionaire, but partner. Post-recovery, they vacationed, a beach house where romance bloomed. Sunset walks led to moonlit encounters, waves crashing as bodies united, her legs wrapping around him, ecstasy under stars. Marriage brought harmony. Sophia scaled back work, Mark pursued passions. They had a son, completing their family. Philanthropy flourished. Foundations for single parents, cancer aid. Mark's story inspired many, from grave to grace. Challenges persisted, cultural clashes, jealousy flares, but love conquered. Sophia's ex tried sabotage, leaking false stories, but unity prevailed. Mark's family doubted at first, but warmed to her kindness. Inspiring message: life's darkest moments can birth brightest lights. Embrace unexpected love, it heals, transforms. Delving deeper into characters. Mark was born in a small town, dreams of architecture dashed by family needs. Elena was his high school sweetheart, their love pure. Her illness ravaged them, he quit school to care, debts mounting. Post-death, depression loomed, but Lily anchored him. Sophia, orphaned young, built her empire from code in a garage. Success isolated her, affairs were superficial. Mark's authenticity cracked her shell. Their first date post-meeting, a picnic in the park, away from prying eyes. Laughter over sandwiches, stolen kisses. That night, in his apartment, with Lily asleep, they explored slowly. Her blouse unbuttoned, revealing lace, his hands caressing full breasts, nipples hardening under touch. She straddled him, grinding, whispers turning to cries as climax built. Conflicts, a business trip separated them, temptation arose for Sophia, a charming colleague. She resisted, calling Mark, their phone intimacy bridging distance, descriptive words painting scenes, breaths heavy. Lily's adjustment, school bullying about rich stepmom. Sophia attended parent-teacher, defending fiercely, bonding with Lily over baking. Climax challenge, a lawsuit from Sophia's company threatened ruin. Mark supported, using construction smarts to uncover fraud. Their teamwork solidified bond. Resolution, vows exchanged in a garden, Lily flower girl. Honeymoon in Italy, passionate nights in villas, bodies slick with sweat, exploring desires. Years on, they mentored others, sharing their tale. Message, vulnerability invites miracles, love transcends status.